everyone, I hope you're all well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you have been here before, then welcome back. If you are new, my name is Molly. I am currently 21 weeks pregnant. I'm nearly 22 weeks pregnant and it's my first baby, and I am documenting this whole process over on my YouTube channel over here. So yeah, if you are new here, then welcome. So I thought I would film a 20-week pregnancy update, and I was going to film that a while ago, but I actually didn't get around to it. I ended up going on holiday and then things got really busy, so I'm filming it now. Like I say, I'm 21 weeks and 4 days. 22 weeks in a few days. I'm a little bit late, but I feel like it's quite a nice little period. I feel like these last few weeks has been quite a good period of transition for me. I've kind of gone from not feeling really any movement to feeling lots of movement, and all of a sudden having lots of different symptoms, and lots of things have been happening these last few weeks, sort of internally, externally, stuff to do with the nursery, etc. So I thought, let's film an update and go through it with you all on here. So I've actually written down a list of things I'm going to go through because I feel like there's so much and I always end up missing stuff out. So the first thing is how I'm feeling and symptoms that I've been having the last few weeks. So I'm feeling really good actually. I'm feeling kind of normal really, just like my normal self. I had been on holiday last week, so I do think that's helped. Like on holiday really helped recharge my batteries. So I would highly recommend that. I know that they say to mums to definitely get a holiday in if you can between this period. And it is really, really nice just to feel the sun on your bump, and everything is just like, oh, it's so good. I feel like it's recharging you. So symptoms wise, I'd say the main thing that I've been struggling with a little bit this last week has been crampy legs. But I wouldn't say mine is necessarily crampy, they're also like really dead and sore. So in the evening around sort of like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, once I've like finished doing everything and I'm sat down, I get the worst irritated legs ever. Like I can't sit still, I just want to keep moving them. They're really like restless. And then when I go to bed, like I wake up in the night and they're so sore. It's mainly like my thighs actually, and my calves too. They're just really sore. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I've got more weight on them, or I don't know, whether I'm not moving as much in the night. Maybe I usually do. I'm not sure what it is, but that has definitely been a symptom. I know it's quite a common symptom as well for quite a lot of pregnant women, so that has not been fun. The only thing I've worked out to make it a little bit easier is just constantly stretching. So now at night I do a little bit of a stretching routine before I get into bed, and then as soon as I wake up I just really stretch, because otherwise I am so stiff. I've gone like really stiff. Other symptoms wise, I'm a little bit of like a bad back, I'd say, like a little bit of a lower bad back pain. When we were actually waiting in the airport queue to come back to England, we were waiting in the queue for an hour and there was no seats, and I actually started crying because my lower back was so sore. Like I'm absolutely fine as long as I'm constantly moving. If I'm stood static somewhere, I'm in absolute agony basically. So I'm really trying to get onto that. However, I guess I'm not really going to be static for long anyway. That was kind of like a bit of a random occurrence. But yeah, if I am sat somewhere for too long or stood somewhere for too long, I know about it. Movement wise, I really want to talk about this because that's actually the thing that was making me the most anxious, was not feeling much movement. So we went for our 20-week scan, when did we go? Not last Friday, the Friday before, so a couple of weeks ago now. And everything was absolutely fine with baby. They were absolutely loving it in there, literally sliding around, flipping around, like arms were here, arms were there, legs were up by their tummy, like there was so many, you know, it was absolutely loving it. I could barely feel a thing. Like I think I felt one movement and that was it. And she was like, can you feel this? And I was like, no. She was like, oh no, not to worry. She said, when you do feel this, baby, you're gonna feel it because it's really active. And I was like, oh no, maybe I should be feeling it, I don't know. And then I got onto holiday and actually I started feeling it a lot more, like at night and in the mornings. I was like, oh, I can really feel it, it's really moving around. And then I had one day on holiday where I couldn't feel anything pretty much all day, and I really panicked. The next day was going mental. Like I've never felt it so strong in my life. Like they were actual kicks, like they were literally punches, kicks, like it was really strong. And I was like, oh god, I'm so glad, but also like I mustn't get myself anxious like that. Movements wise, I think I'm feeling them a lot now. I'm even starting to feel them in the middle of the night, which I hadn't done before. But like when I get up for a wee and then I settle back down into bed, like before I've fallen asleep, I can feel like a few little bits going on in there. So it's really nice actually. I'm sure when I get to like week 35, whatever, I'll be like, oh my goodness, the kicking is too much. But for the time being, I absolutely love it. I love the movement, even when it's literally pushing on my bladder like it was this morning. I woke up and it was literally like pushing on my bladder, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell, this is only going to get stronger. I better do some pelvic floor exercises. Yeah, don't panic. Basically, if you're 20 weeks and you still haven't felt anything, don't panic. I didn't really feel much until 21 weeks. Now I'm starting to feel more and more every day. So yeah, I think everybody's different. So yeah, going back to the scan, everything was absolutely fine. They were a little bit concerned at one point at the size of the stomach, but then she did another measurement, or she got me to move a little bit, so baby moved, and then she did another measurement, she said it was fine. I don't think it's tiny. She said like it's got long legs and things like that, but it wasn't like off the scale, if that makes sense. So yeah, but I wasn't surprised at that, nor was Dale. Like, we're both really tall, quite big people, so we knew we weren't going to have a small baby, so it didn't surprise me at all. But yeah, everything was fine in the scan. I'll actually show you a little picture. We only got one printed off this time, but this is our little bubba. Oh my god, look how cute. It was really, really sweet. It's got like the tiniest, cutest little button nose ever. Yeah, just adorable, adorable. They did try and show us like the profile of the face, but like I just couldn't see it, and they kept saying, can you not see the nose and the mouth? And I was like, no. Dale said, I can see it, and I was like, I can't see it at all. Like, I don't know what these people are talking about. But then when they zoomed out, obviously I could see it. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous, real little wriggler, and I just love he or she so much already. That brings me on to the gender. I had loads of questions on that, whether we're going to find out the gender, and no, we are not. It was quite a tough decision, I'm not going to lie. I was always dead set on the fact that I was never going to find out the gender of my first baby. But just before we went to our 20-week scan, I said to Dale, shall we just find out? I was like, I don't want to, but I feel like for ease, it would be so much easier. And he was like, no, we're not finding out, So we said this to the sonographer straight away, we don't want to know. And they were like, no, it's absolutely fine. It makes my life a lot easier because I won't look for it. We both think that we saw a little Willy, but we don't know, obviously. We don't really know what we were looking at. There's so many things flying everywhere, like, yeah, it was a really, I think we would have really struggled to see it, I'm not sure. But she didn't really go down that end much, but only when she was checking the bladder. She didn't tell us to look away. And I was like, oh God, I swear I just saw a Willy. And Dale thought he did too. We both discussed it and got back in the car. I said, I think I saw one. He was like, I thought I did too. So we don't know. We're just going to ignore that because we really don't know what we're looking at. It could be absolutely anything. And it wasn't like clear as day. It was just like a little flash. And I was like, oh, what's that? But yeah, we are not finding out the gender, and we're going to keep that a surprise. So I'm just going back here on my list of stuff to talk about, which is actually the nursery and what stuff we've got so far and what we've ordered, etc. So I did actually put this on my Instagram. I think when I hit 20 weeks, no, 21 weeks actually, so last week, I panicked. I was suddenly like, oh my God, we have got nothing for this child. I've literally got a few baby grows, a sleep suit thing. I was like, oh my goodness, what the hell are we gonna do? We need to get our act together, we need to start writing lists, we need to start, you know, saving up and doing all these things. And then I spoke to a few people on Instagram actually, and they were like, do not panic. Like, I didn't get anything sorted till 30 weeks, 35 weeks, you've still got loads of time. So I know I have loads of time, but I have started to write a list of things that we need, and I've started to go through it and tick some bits off. So these are things we need. So a cot, which, right, I'll go through them. So we've got a cot actually, but it's secondhand from Dale's mum. I haven't actually seen it in the flesh, but she just tells me it's just a white cot basically. I'm more than happy with that. I don't want anything too fancy, but I do just want to have a look at it before we make a decision. So Dale's actually going to get it from her this week so we can put it up and just check that we like it and that we're happy with it, because if not, obviously we need to get one ordered. A little wardrobe, we don't have a wardrobe. Changing table, which I spoke about on my Instagram the other day. I actually asked people whether or not they just had a changing table or whether they just had a chest of drawers with a mat on top. The main consensus was a chest of drawers with a mat on top is absolutely fine, and that you end up changing them anywhere anyway. I just felt like a changing table seemed so expensive. Like, I put it on in Google, changing table, and it'd be like 250 quid, but I can get a chest of drawers from IKEA for like £60 and a mat. So I was like, I think I'm just going to do that, which I'm definitely going to do that now, because loads of you are really helpful and said, just do that, don't worry about it. You'll change the baby on the floor, you'll change the baby on your island, you'll change the baby on the carpet. Don't worry. So that's what we're doing. Mirror, I really want a nice mirror in here as well to take pictures and things like that. Shelving, I've already decided, this actually is the nursery by the way, but it's currently being used as a home office, hence the desk behind, so we're not going to like get anything in here too early. But yeah, I really want some shelving, like with some little books on and some teddies and things like that. A blackout blind, because this is literally like a see-through blind in here and it's useless. Also some curtains just to like cozy up a little bit. A white noise machine, which we actually already have. My lovely friend Kelsey actually gifted me that when, I think it was when she found out I was pregnant. So yeah, thank you, Kels. A nappy bin. So far out of that, we've got a white noise machine and a potential cot. So that's all we've got. But I'm going to be doing another video on the nursery and things like that separately to this. The bits we need are a Moses basket for downstairs. I've actually changed my mind on that. Originally I was going to get a Moses basket, which I still might because they're really reasonable, but I'm actually thinking we've got a sleepy head that we're actually borrowing from my sister-in-law, and a lot of people just said you end up just putting the baby in that on the sofa. I was just a bit conscious of that with the dog. I didn't want the dog to like jump up. Not that he would, he's really good, but like if the baby's on the sofa and someone knocks on the door, he can occasionally jump on the sofa to look out the window. And I thought, oh my god, I just had visions of him like jumping on the baby. So Moses basket is still undecided. I'm not sure. It's more the space I worry about. It's more like, can we fit a Moses basket into our lounge? Probably not, but I don't know. A snuzz pod, so like a next to me crib snuzz poddy thing. I actually found one on Facebook last night, really reasonable. The lady was lovely. She's selling it for £50 if I can come pick it up before this weekend, so that's what I'm doing. So it's perfect condition, absolutely fine, nothing wrong with it. She's putting the mattress in and all the covers and everything like that. We are actually going to buy a new mattress for it, because I feel like you should really. But yeah, the snuzz pod be about 195 I think new, and it's £50. So the sleepy head, like I said, but we are actually going to be borrowing that from my sister-in-law, so that saves a bit of money there. A nappy caddy, which I have actually got already, so it's just to put downstairs with like nappies and wipes and creams and anything you need for the baby basically, where you don't want to keep traipsing upstairs. And I've also put down here a carrier. We're again borrowing that from my sister-in-law. She had a baby born, Bjorn or whatever they're called, grey one, so I'm going to use that one, so that's very kind of her. And again, a bigger thing is obviously the pram. We have decided now we're definitely going to go for a Bugaboo Fox, the new edition, so we just need to get that ordered too. Apparently they're out of stock, which isn't great because they've literally been released, but I did actually message them on Instagram last night, Bugaboo, and they said that they're going to be renewed on Monday, so that's good. So that is my list for like the big things. Obviously we need clothes still and muslins and nappies and wipes and all that kind of thing, but I feel like that kind of thing can come a little bit later. It's mainly like I'd really like to get the nursery sorted and just have like some basic items here before I hit kind of like 30 weeks. So yes, that is the plan for the nursery. Like I say, I'll go through the nursery in a total different video. I think once we decide to kind of clear this and paint the paneling and things like that, I will obviously vlog all of that and show you guys as well, because I think it's going to be a really nice little transformation. Cravings wise, somebody actually did ask me on Instagram the other day if I'm craving anything. Not in particular. I'd say the first trimester I actually craved like really healthy things. This trimester all I want is sweet stuff, so I just want chocolate, sweets, fizzy drinks, which is really quite unlike me. Like I do love my chocolate, but I'm usually happy just to have a few squares in the evening and then I just carry on about my day. So I'm really craving sweet stuff, and I'm kind of craving unhealthy stuff, which I didn't think I would, and I'm a bit gutted that I am. Hopefully that'll pass, and I'm just trying to like keep it balanced as much as I can, but like not limiting myself to have treats and things like that. Next steps and appointments and things like that, obviously I don't have any more official NHS scans anymore, which to be honest, I loved the scans in the early stage. Now I'm not as bothered about them. When you start to feel things, I feel like the scans are like, they're lovely, but they're not as kind of exciting. But I have just signed up actually for a hypnobirthing course with a Positive Birth company. They very kindly gifted me their online course to do, so I'm really excited about that. I will obviously let you know all my experiences and everything with that, but I've heard it's really, really good. So I'll put a link down below for them as well. But yeah, next appointment is 24-week midwife appointment with my midwife I think it's in 2 weeks actually, and I'm actually really looking forward to that. It'll be really nice to see the midwife again. Obviously I think the last time I saw her was at 16 weeks, so it'll be really nice to see her, catch up, talk a little bit more about birth options and what we've got to do going forward. Apart from that, that is kind of it for the next few weeks. We are definitely going to book a 4D scan in, I think, for like when I'm like 28, 29 weeks. Dale's really unsure of that. He doesn't think we should do it. I would just love to see like the little face a little bit more, and just picture baby a little bit more. So I'm really keen for it. He's really not keen, but we will see. I think we're going to book one in, but we'll see. We'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, so I'll finish this video showing you a little bump shot. Hopefully you can see this. So this is my 21-week bump. It's quite big, as it was earlier on in the pregnancy. Yeah, that's my 21-week bump. My belly button is definitely starting to pop out a little bit. My boobs are growing massively. Everything's growing, to be honest. But yeah, I'm loving it. I feel like it's kind of come into proportion the last few weeks. It's really nice now that people know that you're obviously pregnant. Like when we were on holiday, there was quite a few waitresses and waiters and things like that, and like people at the airport that were like, oh, you're pregnant, how many weeks are you, things like that. So yeah, it's kind of got to the point now where I think I look obviously pregnant and not just bloated. But yeah, anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this, guys. I feel like it's been a really long video, but I feel like I've had so much to catch up on with you all. And yeah, let me know what stage of pregnancy you're at, if you are pregnant. I would love to know. I really want to connect with some other people, and yeah, I will see you all very soon. Bye.